Morning. How are you all today? Hope you're okay. Okay, so today's story is all about a hero. Now, at the moment, we're hearing about all sorts of heroes, aren't we? Today, people might be talking about heroes from the war because it's VE Day today, Victory Day. And also we talk about the NHS heroes like the doctors and nurses and people that care for us, all the people that care for us. And when we think about heroes, you might think about Superman or Spider-Man or Wonder Woman. Brilliant people like that. But also, when I think about a hero, I think about people like you. You're all heroes because you do lovely things every day. If you do something very small, it doesn't have to be a big thing like saving a life. If you do a lovely thing for another person, you're a bit of a hero. That's what I think. So heroes can be big and small. Okay, so Frog is a hero. Let's get started. I'm going to put my glasses on. It's a sunny day again today, isn't it? But I'm indoors because Steve the builder is building and he's very noisy, sawing up wood. I couldn't hear myself think. Dark clouds. Going to move you around because you can't see it. Dark clouds were gathering in the sky. The sun disappeared behind the clouds. Oh, it's starting to rain, thought Frog happily. The first drops were already falling on his bare skin. Frog loved the rain. He danced for joy as the raindrops fell thick and fast. It's raining! It's raining! My shorts are soaking wet, he sang loudly. Oh, he loves a bit of the rain. Frogs do love the rain, don't they? Worms love the rain and birds love the rain because the worms come out and they can gobble them up. The sky got darker and darker. Now it was raining cats and dogs. This was a bit too much for even Frog. He ran home dripping wet. Wow, that sky looks really, really dark, doesn't it? That's not a sunny, rainy day. That's a dark, rainy day. Frog made himself a nice hot cup of tea. The raindrops pattered against the window, but it was cosy inside. After 3 days of rain, however, Frog began to feel restless. He wondered how Duck and Pig and Hare were. He hadn't seen them since the rain started. Now, he's doing a bit of a hero thing already because he's thinking about his friends, and that's what heroes do. They think about their friends in a kind way. On the 5th day, the river began to rise. It wasn't long before water came streaming into Frog's house. At first, Frog thought it was funny, but then he actually started to worry a little bit. Oh dear, there's even a fish. That's not stopping, is it, that rain? He hurried over to Duck's house. It was flooded there as well. Where is all this water coming from? Duck asked desperately. The river has burst its banks, shouted Frog. Let's go to Pig's house. Oh, they're both thinking about their other friend and if they might be in trouble. They want to go and help them if they are. Together they waded through the watery landscape. God, that looks a bit dangerous, doesn't it? Pig was leaning out of his attic window. Oh, my things are wet, he cried. Oh, look, there he is. Oh, Pig looks a bit distressed. Good job his friends are there. It was true. Tables and chairs were floating around the room. Everything was in a mess. They couldn't stay there. Let's go and see Hare, suggested Frog. Hare's house was on an island in the middle of the water. Hare stood at the door and waved to them. Come inside, he shouted. It's dry in here. Oh, it's dry at Hare's house because he's on an island and it's a little bit over the water level. It's a bit higher up, isn't it? It was warm inside. Gratefully, they dried themselves in front of the stove and told Hare about their houses and how they'd been flooded. You must all stay here, said Hare. There's plenty of room and I've got plenty of food. So they all sat down to a big pot of stew Hare had made. They were very, very hungry and they ate everything up. Then they settled down to a cosy evening with the rain still pattering against the window panes. There they are, all together, all friends together. I think they're all heroes, aren't they? They're looking after each other. They're thinking about each other's feelings. They stayed as Hare's guests for days. They were happy together while outside it rained and rained and rained. Then one day they found they were down to their last loaf of bread. Oh no. We have no more food left, declared Hare gravely. We'll die if we don't get help, said Duck. I don't want to die, said Frog. Ever? Oh no, they really are worried. Oh, crikey, if they don't get any food, they'll die. The next day, only the last crumbs of bread were left. They were all terribly hungry, but no one knew what to do. Outside it had stopped raining, but the water was still very, very high. I know, shouted Frog suddenly. I'll swim across those hills and fetch help. Hare looked concerned. Oh, he looked a bit worried. The current is very strong and it's such a long way, he said. It's way too dangerous. But I can manage it, cried Frog enthusiastically. I'm the best swimmer of us all. They knew this was true. He is the best swimmer, isn't he? Yeah, Frog is a good swimmer. But it's a dangerous thing to do. What if he gets into trouble? Oh, no. So Frog stepped bravely into the water. His friends watched nervously. Soon he disappeared into the distance. There he is. He's wading out. The water was icy cold, but Frog didn't think about it. He thought of Duck and Hare and Pig, who were hungry. Oh, he's only thinking about his friends. He's not worried about how cold it is. He just wants to help his friends. That's so brave. What a hero. The further Frog swam, the stronger the current became. Frog felt really tired. He was hardly making any headway. Suddenly, the current carried him away. Oh no! Frog began to sink. I'm just a frog that can't swim anymore, thought Frog. I'm going to drown. I'm going to die and I'll never see my friends again. Oh my goodness. He's in trouble. He really is in trouble. Just then, a familiar voice said, Hello! What have we have here? 2 strong arms pulled Frog out of the water and into a boat. It was Rat. Oh my goodness, Rat. Frog told Rat about all the rain, the flood and the hunger and how he had set out to get help. Don't worry, said Rat. My boat is full of provisions for my travels. There's plenty of food here for everyone. and he set sail for Hare's house, where the three friends were waiting for the help to arrive. Oh, good old Rat. He saved the day. He's a hero too. Pig, Duck and Hare cheered when they saw Frog in return in the boat. But who was that with him? They didn't know that Rat would be there, did they? Of course it was their good friend Rat. They could hardly believe their eyes. Look, they're so surprised. Oh, if it wasn't for Rat, then poor Frog might have died. He might have drowned. And Rat had so much food on board: bread, honey, jam, peanut butter, vegetables, potatoes, and much more besides. He's taking all the food inside. Rat, you've saved us, said Hare. No, said Rat. You have Frog to thank for that. It was Frog who swam through the treacherous flood, risking his life to reach me. They all looked at Frog. He was glowing with pride. It wasn't exactly true, but still. Oh, he's very proud of himself, isn't he? Because they would still be stuck if it wasn't for Frog. From then on, things got better. The friends celebrated their rescue, and Frog was the hero. The sun was shining again, and the water was beginning to go down. Oh, I love Rat. He's so lovely. After a couple of days, the water had gone. Frog, Duck and Pig were able to return to their homes. Everything's going back to normal. That's a bit like us, isn't it? We're having to stay in our houses and everything's a bit weird, but soon everything will get back to normal. It will. But everything was dirty and muddy. No problem, said Rat. And with his help, they fixed things up just as they were, just as they had been before. Oh, they're getting back to normal. But things weren't quite the same as before. None of them would ever forget the terrible flood. Oh my goodness. No, they won't forget about it, will they? Even though it was a really scary time and everything was a bit different, they won't forget it. They can just talk about it and think about how awful it was. But they got through it. They did it in the end. Yay. They did it together. All of them together as friends. I love that book. I've got another book the same as this, a little bit like this, a different story. I'm going to have to dig that out. It's all about how they met their friend Rat. I'll read that one to you because that's actually one of my favourite books. Okay, I'm going to see you on Monday. So it's Friday today. Have a lovely weekend, all of you. Be good, be awesome, and be crazy. See you Monday. Bye.